What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to MANIACITV, man. Today, we got a video. I'm glad Hip Hop Daily did a video on this individual right here. As y'all see, we got the tragic story of Lil Snoop from the Hip Hop Daily YouTube channel, man. Lil Snoop, man. You know, when I think of Lil Snoop, I think of one of the biggest what ifs in hip hop. The momentum, the cosigns that this man had. He was gonna be the next major star in the industry, man. So we gonna check this out, see what this all about, man. R.I.P. Lil Snoop. Let's get it.
Lil Snoop was one of the most promising young artists of the 2010s. He was a talented freestyler who secured a deal with Meek Mill's Dream Chasers Entertainment. But before he could reach his true potential, he was shot and killed over a game of 2K.
Over a game.
This is the tragic true story of Lil Snoop.
All that talent taking over a damn game.
Snoop was born and raised in Jonesboro, Louisiana. His pops was locked up when he was around 4 years old, so Snoop was mostly raised by his mom, who had him when she was just 15. Growing up, Snoop was an active kid who could never sit still. He started rapping when he was 4, and it was clear early on that he had something special. Most toddlers are barely able to put a sentence together, but Lil Snoop was making up rhymes off the top of his head. According to his mom, Snoop freestyled so much as a kid that sometimes she made him write his bars down just so she could have some peace of mind. She told XXL magazine it was just natural for him. It was surprising to me because he would always be around rapping, but I just never paid attention to how good he really was. So sometimes I would just be like, can you be quiet? Go write it down. Because he'd just be freestyling all around and it would get on my nerves. Snoop was a smart kid, but he got in trouble all the time because he couldn't focus. Sometimes he would run away and hide out in abandoned apartment complexes to avoid going to school, and his mom would call the police. She reported him to the cops so many times, they eventually got tired of dealing with him. One time, she called a reporter missing, and the dispatcher told her, "Ma'am, he's not missing, he's a runaway." When Snoop was 8, he joined a rap crew in Texas and started recording tracks with them after school. Unfortunately, they kicked him out for some reason, but that didn't hold him back. According to his mom, it just made Snoop want to prove himself even more.
I ain't gonna lie, just the hustle and just the grind, it made me respect Lil Snoop even more. Because like since a youngin', what'd he say, he was 8 when he joined the group? Like, man, I'm in the crib playing video games at 8. I'm playing SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain at 8. My guy out here hustling, grinding towards his dream, man. Come on. You gotta respect that.
Unfortunately, they kicked him out for some reason, but that didn't hold him back. According to his mom, it just made Snoop want to prove himself even more. Even though he knew from an early age he wanted to be a rapper, it was hard for Snoop to not get distracted by his surroundings. His mom says he never got into any real trouble with the law, but Snoop made references to juvie in his music. Everyone around knew Snoop had talent, but no one believed in him more than his mom. After he got kicked out of the Texas crew, she saved her money and started buying recording equipment piece by piece to support her son. She wanted him to focus.
Mom of the year right there, man. A lot of parents, and I be feeling so bad. I get so many messages, you know, people be like, you know, Maniaci, I want to do YouTube, I want to do reactions, but my parents ain't trying to buy me this or buy me that and all that. I'm like, man, you know, I feel so bad because it's like you gotta take a chance. You know, everybody, I think parents got this ideology, you know, my kid's gonna be a lawyer, they gonna be a doctor, they gonna be this, they gonna be that. You can't force them to do what they want to do. You know, if you can't force them into something that they don't want for themselves. Like I know if one of my daughters came to me and said, "Dad, I want to be a rapper," best believe I'm getting studio equipment, I'm getting a good computer, microphone, all that. And if it flop, it flop. But at least I can say, listen, I saw the dream, I saw the vision right there with you, man. I advise so many other parents, man, you know, believe in your kids, man. That's the best way to say it. Just believe in your kids, man, because like that right there, that's real. That's real.
Don't believe in him more than his mom. After he got kicked out of the Texas crew, she saved her money and started buying recording equipment piece by piece to support her son. She wanted him to focus on music and avoid getting sucked into the street life that got his dad locked up. The thing that really set Snoop apart from everyone else was his freestyles. He could spit bars off the dome for over an hour and never ran out of things to say. But unlike most dudes who get great at freestyling, his recorded verses were just as good, if not better. And when Snoop dropped his first project, 16 and Running in 2012, people started paying attention immediately. People in the area knew Snoop was good, but he wanted to be more than a hometown hero. He wanted to be a legend. So, when his favorite rapper, Meek Mill, announced a show at Grambling State University, Snoop ain't hesitate to shoot his shot.
That was big.
Snoop knew a girl working security at the show and convinced her to give him a pass. When Meek was about to leave after the concert, Snoop walked right up to his van, knocked on the window, and slid his mixtape over. He bounced without saying a word, but it didn't take long before he got the news that would change his life. About 20 minutes after Snoop handed Meek his tape, he was riding around with his homies, laughing about the situation. Then, another one of their friends called him and said Meek had shouted Snoop out on Twitter. Snoop couldn't believe it, but he hopped on Twitter and saw Meek posting lyrics from his tape. Then Meek reached out himself and talked to Snoop over the phone. Snoop and the people around.
Yo, listen, this right here, man. You know, this is Snoop was the definition. It's that Louisiana hustler right there, man. Snoop was a go-getter. That's what I'll say. Snoop was a go-getter because honestly, you see your favorite rapper. You ain't gonna think, a lot of us ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna handle my mixtape. Because then what if the nigga say, oh, this trash? Or what if he hustle and flow your shit, throw your shit in the toilet type shit? Then you gonna feel real hurt and disrespected by your favorite rapper. Snoop said, fuck it, I'm gonna take this chance. Shit, you got an opportunity right in front of you, go for it. Take that shit with anything you doing in life. You wanna be a rapper? Shit, you gotta take, my nigga, you see somebody at the airport, at the mall, shit, get that shit to them. If they toss it down, they toss it down. But you can't listen, man. You can't look back on your life when you're on your deathbed like, damn, what if? What if I handed this nigga my mixtape? Like, come on, man. You gotta be a go-getter, man. Especially in this industry, man. It's millions of rappers out here. Everybody got the same dream of making it. You gotta attain that shit. You gotta attack that shit. You gotta go for that shit.
And saw Meek posting lyrics from his tape. Then Meek reached out himself and talked to Snoop over the phone. Snoop and the people around him knew he was skilled, but no one expected things to take off so fast. Established rappers get mixtapes from up-and-coming artists every day, so for Meek to respond to Snoop's tape so strongly said a lot about the quality of the music.
That's big.
A couple of weeks later, Snoop told his mom not to get him anything for Christmas because Meek wanted him to come out to Philadelphia. She brushed him off at first, then Snoop showed her a Greyhound ticket from Louisiana to Philly. She still thought it was weird that a massive artist like Meek would send a bus ticket instead of flying him out, but she took Snoop to the station anyway. Snoop's mom was working 2 jobs at the time and couldn't go with him, so she sent her son on a 36-hour bus ride to chase his dreams.
That's big.
Snoop was performing a rap battle for T.I.'s album release party. It wasn't until her son's funeral that she learned the true story. Meek Mill told her that he never actually asked Snoop to come out. He just showed up out of nowhere to link up.
What?
Snoop made up the whole story, so his mama let him go. All his homies told
nigga, hold on. This nigga made up a whole tale, my nigga. A whole fable. Meek Mill bought me She should have known the red flags from the bus ticket. If a nigga really wants you to go out there, he gonna fly you out there. This nigga, hey, man. I didn't know this. I did not know this, man. I didn't know like the backstory leading up to him signing with Dream Chasers. So that's big, dog. He bought himself a ticket to go from coast to coast, from Louisiana to Philly. So listen, I'm gonna go to Meek Mill myself. Nigga, come on, man. Ain't nobody hustling like this no more.
Meek Mill told her that he never actually asked Snoop to come out. He just showed up out of nowhere to link up. Snoop made up the whole story, so his mama let him go.
Wow.
All his homies told him dropping in on Meek without an invite was crazy. But Snoop bet on himself and took the chance anyway. It ended up paying off in a huge way, and Meek took him under his wing immediately. Showing up at a massive artist's doorstep looking for an opportunity ain't gonna work out 99% of the time. But Snoop was so talented that Meek had no choice but to take him in. He told Snoop about a rapper named Retro who wanted to battle him for 10K, and Snoop accepted the challenge without hesitation. Snoop stepped up and battled the dude in front of huge artists like T.I., Trey the Truth, and his new mentor, Meek. He easily dusted Retro and won the battle. Then the video of the whole thing went viral and put Snoop on the map. From that first freestyle, everyone knew they was watching something special. Meek Mill signed Snoop to his Dream Chasers label and started taking him around to show off his skills. Snoop dropped his debut project, RNIC, and everybody was convinced that he was about to blow up. With this tape, Snoop showed he wasn't just a battle rapper who could freestyle off the dome, but a talented artist with a clear sound and vision. Everything happened so fast, Snoop barely had time to enjoy his success. He was on track to become a superstar, but then tragedy struck and cut his life and career short. 2 months after he dropped RNIC, Snoop was chilling at his friend's apartment in Louisiana. According to his friend Lil E, Snoop was playing 2K with a dude named Tony Holden. Tony and Snoop was putting bets on the games, but the situation got heated when Tony lost. So he pulled out a pistol and shot Snoop twice in the chest. Tony Holden was already on bail at the time, but he turned himself in and was charged with first-degree murder, armed robbery, and illegal possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
I remember the day that this happened. When they announced it, I found out on Twitter. I was like, Lil Snoop, and I just started listening to him. I just started listening to Lil Snoop at that time. I'm like, they killed him. Like, what? And then the story ended up coming out that he was killed by one of his friends. And I'm like, what? And I feel like that was pretty much the start of the whole, I mean, obviously, you know, it happened before him, but that was the start of the whole, you know, it be the ones around you, the niggas from your own town, the niggas that you kick it with, that'll be the first to take you out. Because following Lil Snoop, what we saw, Chink's Drugs got killed in his hometown. You know, Meek even said it in the song with Travis Scott, you know, like, man, it's, you get killed in your own city. Boosie said it. And Boosie was another nigga that co-signed Lil Snoop. You know, you get the most hate from your niggas. For a nigga to pull out a gun and kill you over a game of 2K, that's jealousy, my nigga. That's a nigga that's been plotting on you from day one. From when you told the nigga, hey, bro, I just signed the Meek Mill label. At this time, listen, Meek Mill was #1 in the motherfucking game at this time. For you to tell a nigga that you grew up with, that you cool with, I just signed the Meek Mill. That nigga either gonna be real happy for you or that nigga gonna be real jealous of you. And look for the first chance that he get to take your ass out. Because if he can't have that shit, you can't have that shit. It's a fucked up world that we live in, man. Where you can't even have somebody, people can't even be happy for you. They'd rather kill you. And if people think that it was over a video game, my nigga, no. That just gave the nigga a reason to do it. That gave the nigga a reason to do it. Cause it ain't no way I lose in 2K and I kill my friend. Ain't no way I'm gonna kill my best friend over a game of 2K. No, it's shit deeper than that. It was jealousy all along.
So he put out a pistol and shot Snoop twice in the chest. Tony Holden was already on bail at the time, but he turned himself in and was charged with first-degree murder, armed robbery, and illegal possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Lil E was picked up for manslaughter, but according to Snoop's mom, he was the one who actually pulled the trigger.
Number one, Tony Holden did not kill Snoop. It was Edric Stewart.
3 years after Snoop's death, his mom did an interview with XXL magazine and gave her side of the story. She said that during the investigation, it was discovered that the bullets that killed Snoop ain't matched Tony's gun, but they did match Lil E's. According to her, Tony got 10 years for being a convicted felon with a firearm, not killing Snoop. The charge against Lil E was dropped, even though the authorities knew his bullet killed Snoop. What makes the situation worse is that Snoop's mom said Lil E was involved in another homicide later that year, which could have been prevented if the police did their job.
Wow.
She told XXL that the police left the crime scene unguarded, so people came through to rob the apartment and mess up evidence too. From what Snoop's mom says, it seems like Lil E caused the whole issue. Tony and Snoop wasn't even really heated with each other, but then Lil E allegedly escalated the situation and ended with Snoop getting killed over nothing. No one can say for
jealousy.
sure.
It's jealousy. If it was E or the other nigga, either way, nigga, it's jealousy. Jealousy.
Lil E allegedly escalated the situation and ended with Snoop getting killed over nothing.
That's crazy.
No one can say for sure what went down except the people who were there, but it's all definitely suspicious. Ever since Snoop died, his mom tried to keep his name alive and get justice for his death. She produced a documentary about his life to inspire other kids like him to make it out of the streets and follow their dreams, and also wrote a book about his story. Meanwhile, his dad got released from prison and started using his name to clout chase. Snoop's dad tried to air out his mom, Meek Mill, and others for not putting a headstone on Snoop's grave.
Yeah, I saw
but
that.
Snoop's mom said the whole thing was just a publicity stunt because he wants to use his son's name to get attention for himself.
Snoop Dad has caused, it's all a show. It's for a show. It's been rehearsed. Basically, he's having people to kind of coach him on what he thinks is going to work because he's determined to be famous. That's his main thing.
Lil Snoop was only 18 when he died, and he had so much more talent that the world would never get to see. He was only in the industry for a couple of months before his death, but his impact was huge. Not only was he skilled, but everyone who met him only had positive things to say. His mom told XXL that artists like Trey the Truth, Yo Gotti, Boosie, and Meek Mill still show her love and check up on her. Snoop's legacy lives on in the music he left behind and the impression he made on people, but unfortunately, we only got to see the beginning. Rest in peace to Lil Snoop, one of the most promising artists of the 2010s who was taken away too soon.
Now, I honestly believe if Lil Snoop was still here, let's see, this would be his 9th year in the industry, so to speak. This nigga would be one of the greatest of all times, man. If y'all haven't heard Lil Snoop, man, go and listen to Lil Snoop. Listen to RNIC. Listen to a lot of his old shit, man. Listen to Mello. Listen. Just listen. Shit. He would have been one of the biggest names right now in the industry, man. Definitely. You know, and it's tragic, man. You know, we can't get Snoop back. We can't get that talent back. You know, all over some petty shit, honestly, over some petty shit and some jealousy. You know, it's crazy, man. But the tragic story of Lil Snoop from the Hip Hop Daily channel, link down below in the description for y'all to check it out in its entirety. Uninterrupted, man. Long live Snoop. I'll see y'all in the next video, man. I'm out.